folks. What we're doing today is we're going to be doing chop and drop. So we're going to chop this plant down and then we're going to drop it around the bottom of this avocado tree. So all these big ones are just coming down. But all this stuff that I'm cutting down, you don't need to throw it in the trash. It can be used as compost or a mulch layer, or put it in your compost pile. Okay, so now we got everything trimmed, pruned down. It's looking a little cleaner. Just a little bit smaller pieces like that. That's fine. Now we're gonna simply chop and drop. So we can use a diversity of material. So you chop your old vegetables down. Let me show you over here. These you can just break off. These old kale. Then we'll simply toss those in there. See what else we can chop down. There's another one of those kales. Had some rodent problems that ate this one. So again, chop and drop. These can go. I'm going to leave the dirt because I'm going to reuse the soil, add amendments to it. But we can take this down there too. Okay, here's another old plant. We can throw that in there. So everything we're chopping down, it's going to go right back into our landscaping. I can just pull this root out. These are the old kale plants. It creates different voids for the insects to crawl, different variety of food. It creates air pockets, oxygen, and it aerates that top layer. And again, this kind of spread it out. The trunk of the tree is right there. Okay, I got some other plants right here. An old pepper plant. So we're gonna throw this, again, chop and drop. Save that root system. Don't throw all this away. This is great. Just go ahead and put it underneath. So you can see everything's already kind of broken down just from a couple weeks ago, and there's leaves that fell over the top of that. So we'll just toss this right on top. Right here I have another plant I want to get rid of. This is celery and an old pepper plant. Pull that out, toss it in there. Take a trash can and whack it on the inside, you don't make a big mess. And then toss it. Okay, we got another one. Shake it like that, get rid of the soil, and then we can re-amend the soil. So again, chop and drop. Right there. Okay, so we have a lot of different things going on here. We're going to continue to chop and drop. I'm going to pull each one out. Here we're going to toss it. Let's just toss it. These might even regrow again. I wouldn't doubt that a lot of the stuff just starts regrowing. This is what's interesting. You just have to, just using my foot. I don't want the dirt really. Okay, we're gonna toss that. So green onions. Okay, again, I'm shaking the dirt out. Just toss that. So I'm kind of spreading it out. Already we're getting a nice layering effect. Lasagna technique, chop and drop. This is revolutionary. Everybody should be doing this. And we got one more big one. And I wouldn't doubt that some of these will just start regrowing. Okay, another pepper plant. Kind of smash it down a little bit. Anything sticking up, just break it off, break off the branch. We're still continuing the chop and drop, building our soil. Okay guys, now we always want to water. Water is always going to help break all this down. So keep all those insects happy in there. It'll start breaking down this material quicker. So you can see the lasagna effect that's happening, how many layers I already have. This thing is loaded. I've been doing this chop and drop, burying food scraps, replacing my soil with organic matter for the last couple years, and it's really starting to pay off. All that stuff has been breaking down in here over the last few years, and this tree is doing incredible now. This is a Haas avocado. Tons of avocados. So good use of resources. You don't have to waste money on buying organic matter when you're constantly doing this. Nothing goes to the landfill. All right guys, let's take a look at this chop and drop area. So look right down here. This is all the stuff I chopped and dropped. And what's interesting is the kale all started growing back. Look at this. This is all kale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 kales that I just threw in here. I thought they were just going to decompose, but they ended up just starting to grow again, and they look better than ever. And the green onions as well. Look at this, green onions. You can see how they just turned their way vertical. They were laying sideways. Over here too, look at this. These ones, you can see they're laying sideways. I thought they were just going to be decomposing, but when you keep the roots attached and you continue to chop and drop, this is what happens. Wow. Okay, what else is growing here? Check this out. I threw these pepper plants, which I thought were dead as well. They got eaten by rodents. And here's the root from the pepper plant. I've been keeping it moist in here, so under this avocado tree, it's very shady. So it's creating the perfect environment. But every single one of the kale is growing good. And here, look at the actual pepper plant. It's starting to grow back. Look at this. This is a pepper plant leaf right here. And here's the stem laying sideways in the ground, exactly where I threw it. So this is like a perfect, like little incubation area. Then over here, look at this celery. You can kind of see, and there's the root. Look at this. This thing is just sitting there, and it turned itself vertical and started regrowing again. So basically I tried to just get rid of my plants that were in containers, but they're doing so much better actually under this tree. All right guys, well this is why you should chop and drop. Actually, don't chop and drop. Pull the roots out of your plants and just throw them in under your fruit trees like this.